I'm Stan. I'm the founder and chief bottle washer of Secure the Village. And what we're about is making Southern California the cyber safest metropolitan community in the country for smaller businesses, nonprofits, families, and individuals. The ones that aren't able to have the deep pockets like Bank of America, which spends, I'm told, $2 billion a year on cyber. So many of our small businesses, $2 billion a year is way above any monies they have, 1,000 times more. So that's the challenge, our smaller organizations. And, like Craig Newmark of Craigslist likes to say, we've all got a role to play in this. This is just like World War II, as he says, when his dad and his mom were part of what helped defend the country. And I'm of that same generation. My father was in the war, was in the Army when I was born. It's that same situation. We got to get everybody involved. And that's part of what today is all about. One of the things I want you all to do, because it takes a village, during the breaks, introduce yourself, meet people who you don't know, and begin to build those relationships that are going to be crucial to pulling the community together. As we pull the community together, relationships become a big piece of the key to doing that. Over the course of the day, you're going to hear first some really great keynote talks, both from Tony and Bill. Then you're going to hear what it's like to live through a disruption, what that looks like, the trauma of that on the businesses, nonprofits that have to go through it. Then we're going to look at the way policy and law and technology are all converging around a definition of framework, a concept, deeper than a concept of what reasonable is. We'll look at special challenges that the smaller businesses and the nonprofits have. And then we're going to ask, and this goes, Bill, it's your fundamental question, what would it take? I mean, that's the power question, if you will, that opens up the mind to creativity. What would it take to create that tipping point here in the greater Southern California area, where instead of cybersecurity, reasonable security being the exception, what would it take that it become the norm? What do we have to do? How do we work together collaboratively as a community to do that? So with that, I'm going to just introduce our two keynotes, and then I get to shut up for a few minutes and let them talk. You're going to hear first from Tony. Tony is just reading all of this, just Senior Vice President and Chief Evangelist, the Center for Internet Security, recipient of the SANS Difference Award Lifetime Achievement Honor, and the Cybersecurity Hall of Fame as well. Tony led the work, which later became, and if you're technical, you know the CIS, Critical Security Controls. Tony led that effort, and he's got numerous other efforts, too many to mention, or that I don't even know. So we're grateful to Tony for being here. And Bill, and again, it's part of the village concept, totally different background from Tony. Bill's a business guy. Bill's managing partner of the Axes Group. He's also a board strategy advisor for us and does work with our MSPs. For them. But he's a transformational leadership expert, a strategic advisor to the Institute of Neuroinnovation, and he also lectures on counterterrorism at USC. He's the author of Mastering Your Balance, a guide to leading and living at your full potential. It's a great book, not just for the individual, but for the business as well. And his forthcoming book, which I've had the pleasure of reading because I happen to know Bill, called What's Next? How to Make Your Next Chapter Your Best Chapter. So our two keynotes, Tony, come on up and let's do it.